Once upon a time in the vibrant kingdom of Umoja, nestled in the heart of Africa, there lived two brothers, Amadi and Kofi. Their father, King Jabari, was a wise and beloved ruler. As he aged, the kingdom's people began to wonder which of his sons would inherit the throne and lead them into the future. Amadi, the elder brother, was a fierce warrior, known for his strength and bravery. He had led many successful battles and was admired by the kingdom's warriors. Kofi, the younger brother, was a gifted scholar and diplomat, known for his intelligence and compassion. He was beloved by the kingdom's elders and advisors for his wisdom and gentle nature. Both brothers were deeply in love with a beautiful and intelligent lady named Amina. Amina was the daughter of a powerful chieftain and was known throughout the kingdom for her grace and kindness. She was skilled in healing and was revered for her ability to bring harmony wherever she went. King Jabari, aware of his son's rivalry for both the throne and Amina's hand, decided to set a challenge to determine who would be the next ruler and win Amina's heart. He gathered the kingdom's people and announced, "My sons, the time has come to prove your worthiness. You will each undertake a journey to find the golden baobab tree, which is said to grant wisdom and strength to those who discover it. The one who returns with a branch from this sacred tree will be deemed worthy of the throne in Amina's hand." Amadi and Kofi set out on their journeys, each determined to succeed. Amadi, with his warrior spirit, chose to travel through the treacherous mountains, facing wild beasts and harsh weather. He believed that his strength and bravery would lead him to the golden baobab tree. Kofi, on the other hand, chose to journey through the dense forests, seeking the guidance of the forest spirits and using his knowledge of nature to find his way. As the days turned into weeks, Amadi faced many challenges. He fought off fierce creatures and endured the biting cold, but his heart remained steadfast. However, as he neared the end of his journey, he realized that brute strength alone would not lead him to the golden baobab tree. He needed to use his wits and patience. Kofi, meanwhile, faced his own trials. He navigated through the dense forest, deciphering ancient symbols and seeking the wisdom of the elders he met along the way. His journey was not without danger, but his compassion and intelligence guided him. He learned that sometimes the greatest strength lies in understanding and harmony. One fateful day, as both brothers neared the end of their journeys, they met at the edge of a vast, shimmering lake. In the center of the lake stood the golden baobab tree, its branches glowing with an ethereal light. To reach it, they had to work together, combining Amadi's strength and Kofi's wisdom. Realizing that the true test was not just the journey but their ability to unite, Amadi and Kofi set aside their rivalry. Amadi used his strength to build a raft, while Kofi guided them across the lake with his knowledge of the stars and currents. Together, they reached the golden baobab tree and returned to Umoja with a branch in hand. King Jabari, seeing his sons united and understanding the importance of both strength and wisdom, declared, "My sons, you have proven yourselves worthy. The kingdom needs both a strong warrior and a wise leader. You shall rule together, as brothers, bringing balance and prosperity to our land." Amina, who had watched their journeys with great interest, smiled and said, "I see now that true leadership lies in unity and understanding. I will marry both of you, for together, you will make a great team, leading our kingdom into a golden age." The harmony that Amadi, Kofi, and Amina brought to their people began to be challenged by the whispers of discontent among the elders. They respected the unity of the brothers and admired Amina's wisdom, but their traditional values clashed with the unconventional arrangement proposed by King Jabari. One day, the eldest of the council, Elder Bakari, called for a meeting. The air was thick with anticipation as the elders gathered in the grand hall. The walls echoed with the murmurs of the gathered crowd, waiting to hear what the council would decree. Elder Bakari rose to speak, his voice carrying the weight of tradition and history. "My fellow elders and people of Umoja, while we all respect the wisdom and strength of our princes and the grace of Lady Amina, our customs and traditions do not permit one woman to marry two men. This arrangement challenges the very fabric of our societal norms." The hall fell silent. Amadi and Kofi, standing side by side, listened intently, their expressions solemn. Amina, too, stood with poise, her heart heavy with the weight of the decision to come. Elder Bakari continued, "We must find a way to honor our traditions while also respecting the unity and leadership our princes have demonstrated. We propose a challenge, one that will determine which brother is destined to marry Lady Amina and lead our kingdom as the primary ruler." The other brother will serve as the chief advisor, maintaining his vital role in our leadership. The challenge set before them was one of both mind and body, reflecting the strengths of both Amadi and Kofi. They were to compete in 3 trials: a test of strength, a test of wisdom, and a test of leadership. The first trial, the test of strength, was held in the kingdom's arena. Amadi, with his powerful build and warrior's spirit, excelled. He lifted boulders, wielded weapons with skill, and completed an obstacle course that left the crowd in awe. Kofi, while not as physically dominant, showed determination and resilience, earning the respect of the spectators. The second trial, the test of wisdom, took place in the Grand Library. The brothers were presented with ancient riddles and puzzles, each designed to test their intellect and problem-solving abilities. Kofi shone brightly in this trial, his scholarly mind and knowledge of the kingdom's history guiding him to quick and accurate solutions. Amadi, though not as quick with the puzzles, impressed with his logical thinking and patience. The final trial, the test of leadership, was held in the council chamber. The brothers were given a series of scenarios that required them to make difficult decisions for the kingdom. They had to navigate conflicts, manage resources, and address the needs of their people. Both Amadi and Kofi demonstrated their unique strengths. Amadi with his decisive and bold actions, Kofi with his thoughtful and diplomatic approach. At the end of the trials, the elders deliberated. Elder Bakari addressed the people once more. Both Amadi and Kofi have shown themselves to be worthy leaders. Amadi's strength and bravery, combined with Kofi's wisdom and compassion, are invaluable to our kingdom. However, tradition dictates that only one can marry Lady Amina and assume the throne as the primary ruler. Elder Bakari turned to Amina. Lady Amina, you have the final say. Whom do you choose to marry and lead our kingdom? Amina stepped forward, her gaze steady. I choose Kofi, she said softly but firmly. His wisdom and compassion will guide our kingdom well, and Amadi's strength and bravery will be indispensable as his chief advisor. Amadi nodded, accepting the decision with grace. He placed a hand on Kofi's shoulder. We will lead Umoja together, as we always have. Our strength lies in our unity. And so, Kofi married Amina and became the primary ruler of Umoja, with Amadi serving as his trusted advisor. Together, they led the kingdom into a new era of prosperity and peace, honoring both tradition and the bond of brotherhood that had always defined their leadership. The kingdom of Umoja flourished under the harmonious rule of Kofi and Amina, with Amadi as the stalwart chief advisor. Their combined strengths brought about unprecedented peace and prosperity. However, as the kingdom thrived, new challenges emerged, testing the unity and wisdom of its leaders. One day, a mysterious envoy arrived from a distant land, bearing an urgent message. The envoy, a tall and dignified figure named Nia, requested an audience with the rulers of Umoja. She spoke of a neighboring kingdom, Zarepha, which was plagued by a relentless drought and growing unrest among its people. Their king, Mfam Zubiri, sought assistance and a potential alliance with Umoja. Kofi, Amina, and Amadi convened with their council to discuss the matter. Elder Bakari voiced his concerns. An alliance with Zarepha could bring great benefits, but we must proceed with caution. Their problems could become ours. Amadi, ever the warrior, saw an opportunity to strengthen their defenses. If we aid Zarepha, we gain a powerful ally. But we must ensure that their troubles do not weaken our own kingdom. Amina, with her compassionate heart, spoke softly. The people of Zarepha are suffering. It is our duty to help those in need. But we must also ensure that our own people are protected. Kofi, thoughtful as always, pondered their words. We will help Zarepha, but we must do so wisely. We will send aid and experts to assist with their drought, and in return, we will forge a mutually beneficial alliance. The plan was set in motion. Amadi led a team of skilled warriors and engineers to Zarepha, while Kofi and Amina coordinated resources and aid from Umoja. Amadi's presence brought a sense of security to Zarepha, and his strategic mind helped bolster their defenses. Meanwhile, the engineers worked tirelessly to create a network of wells and irrigation systems, tapping into underground water sources to alleviate the drought. As weeks turned into months, the situation in Zarepha improved. The alliance between Umoja and Zarepha grew stronger, and the two kingdoms began to share knowledge and resources. Trade flourished, and the people of both kingdoms benefited from the partnership. However, not everyone was pleased with this new alliance. In the shadows, a faction within Zarepha, led by the ambitious and power-hungry General Bakari, plotted to undermine King Zubiri and seize control of both kingdoms. They believed that with Umoja's resources, they could conquer the entire region. One night, while Amadi was inspecting the newly constructed wells, he overheard a conversation between General Bakari and his conspirators. Realizing the gravity of the threat, Amadi quickly returned to Umoja to warn Kofi and Amina. "We must act swiftly," Amadi urged. "General Bakari plans to overthrow King Zubiri and take control of both Zarepha and Umoja. We need to stop him before it's too late." Kofi nodded, his mind racing. "We must protect our kingdom and our ally. But we cannot let this turn into a full-blown war. We need to be strategic." Amina added, "We need to gather evidence and expose General Bakari's plot to the people of Zarepha and King Zubiri. Only then can we neutralize the threat without unnecessary bloodshed." The three leaders devised a plan. Amadi would return to Zarepha undercover, gathering proof of General Bakari's treachery. Kofi and Amina would prepare their forces, ready to assist if necessary, but their primary goal was to avoid conflict and preserve the alliance. Amadi's mission was perilous, but his skills and courage served him well. He infiltrated General Bakari's inner circle, documenting their plans and securing evidence of their conspiracy. When the time was right, he presented the proof to King Zubiri and the loyal factions within Zarepha. Outraged by the betrayal, King Zubiri acted swiftly. General Bakari and his conspirators were arrested and brought to justice. The alliance between Umoja and Zarepha was strengthened, and the two kingdoms vowed to work together to prevent such threats in the future. Amadi returned to Umoja, greeted as a hero. Kofi, Amina, and the people celebrated his bravery and the enduring bond between the brothers and their kingdom. Together, they had faced a great challenge and emerged stronger, their unity a beacon of hope for all who looked to them for guidance. In the years that followed, Umoja and Zarepha continued to thrive, their partnership a testament to the power of unity, wisdom, and compassion. And so, the legacy of Amadi, Kofi, and Amina lived on, inspiring future generations to lead with strength, intelligence, and a heart full of love.